return, Stira. I pray the hearts of you and your companion. You remind me of her.
Absolutely! This is gonna be great fun!
Close your eyes, little ones. Be still as stone to earth. And remember to breathe. Glorious. Your bond is sweeter than nature's dew. I see you, know you, but do you know one another? Karlak. Her fire within can incinerate an enemy, or warm a beloved. Listen, think. Who does she loathe above all others?
Just the sound of his name makes my blood boil. Probably literally. Can't stand the fucker. Ding ding!
Your bond beats in pleasure. It is an honor to behold. Many things delight the heart, but only one makes it sing. Tell me, what is her idea of a perfect day?
You know me too well.
Our touch has been that of sunlight. But now we must look beyond. To the uncertain. To the future. A decade from now, what will the mighty Karlak do? Where will she be?
Kids, huh? I don't know. How about a really mean goat? But I don't know. Things can change, I guess. I've heard. You really know me, don't you? It's wild. In so many ways, we barely know each other. But where it counts, you're deeper in my head than that tadpole.
I press my finger to your bond and find a shield. Impenetrable. It is beautiful. Your love is one few have. Cherish it. Go in peace, seedlings, and know that you made one whose heart was long quiet, beat with love anew. You have already sought Zethino's guide. You have already...
So Baal's chosen is a... Orin is testing you. Good. Exactly. The last time I fought doppelgangers, the Balspawn Sarevok was using them to subvert the city government, aid his rise to power. But Orin, he's more predator than Paul. Tell the Lordling that Orin is watching. Seems that Gortash and Orin have had a little falling out. We should leverage that. You think me lonely? In truth, I prefer travel in a small pack such as this. Unburdened by numbers, we're free to act rather than react. A little like the old days. With allies every bit as peculiar. Give or take a few tadpoles. Would you? In time, then. Perhaps once you found a rocking chair for me to doze off in. That speaks well of your taste. I've heard my share of bad ballads about things I never did. If you have questions, ask. Just don't expect my answers to rhyme. It was Baal alone we faced in our time. And bad as that was, he had no elder brain for a lapdog then. Help won't come from the history books, or from any old tales I can spin you. This is your story to write. There. Have I fulfilled my role as your wise and wizened elder? I've passed enough years that counting them is a waste of what remains. Which is to say, yes, I am that old. Ask it. More than I would like. In my youth, I was a brief and very much unwilling member of a colony's hive mind. I felt the way they think, saw the world as they do. Foul, unnatural creatures who find the foulness in us and twist it to their will. But then, who am I speaking to? You have far more experience than I. I believe you. You remind me of another I knew, marked by forces beyond their control. The gods can grant power or strip it away, but so long as your will remains, you have the only weapon you need.
Fucking shapeshifter. She'll try to break our best asset, our trust. Fortunately, she's no match for our second best asset, me. Ah, great powers, huh? I'm skeptical. Thought you'd be too. Especially if this thing wants to turn you into, what, a half squid? Then again, you can pull it off better than most. Thank the gods.
Be honest. What do you think of the new look? Well, I'm glad someone does. Perhaps I'll get used to it. I have a lot to get used to right now. I hope so. So long as I'm willing to stroll right into the Mother Superior's trap, they have no reason to not tell me where to go. Not quite. Above all else, protecting our base of operations in Baldur's Gate was the reason I had to surrender my memories to begin with. Or at least, that's what I was led to believe. We should look for someone to point me in the right direction. Otherwise, we'll have little recourse but to wander the whole city searching. Worm's Crossing is a choke point. If I wanted to intercept a new arrival, I'd find somewhere before the bridge, blend in amongst the crowds, and wait. Most people seeking entry to the city will be refugees. I'd look wherever they're gathering.
There's no time to waste.
Found only in the most exotic of plains. Come, mortals, and try your luck. Will the wheel of wonders dub you worthy? Come, see. Win prizes found only in the most exotic of plains.
A decade from now, what will the mighty Karlach do? Where will she be?
She's nice, but I'm more of a sunlight girl myself.
A decade from now, what will the...
Honestly, probably. But hopefully not anytime soon.
So Bal's chose... Odin is testing you. Good. Exactly. Unburdened with allies every bit as peculiar. Would you? That speaks well of your tech. If you have questions, ask. It will... There. Have I fulfilled my role as your wise and wizened... Which is to say, yes. Ask it. But then, who am I speaking to? You have far more experience than I. I believe you. The gods can grant power or...
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
No time to rest.
Be honest. What do you... Well, I'm glad someone does. Perhaps I'll get used to it. I have a lot to get used to right now. I hope so. So long as I'm willing to... We should look for someone to point me... Most people see...
Fucking shapeshifter. She'll try to break our best asset. Out.
Will the wheel of wonders dub you worthy? Come, see.
This isn't coin, it's paper.
Please, enjoy the circus, which will never be the same without dribbles.
How could this happen?
Oh, how could Madame Lucretius let this happen?
I thought you were part of the show.
This is terrible.
Bet I can crack that open.
I've said all I have to say already. Now I just want to pack up my kitchen and leave. Soup kitchen's no good if we've no one to feed soup to. Besides, Father Lorgan's gone. Murdered. And now they're blaming a refugee for it. Some folk didn't like how he looked after the refugees. But I don't think they'd kill him for it. At least, I hope they wouldn't. That's a scary thought.
Look, investigator. Brilgor might have been a criminal, but he was no murderer. You're missing something. You have to be.
Enough, Yanis. Listen to yourself. You are defending a man who ritually slaughtered your high priest. The evidence speaks for itself. Brilgor killed Father Lorgan, then, be it out of shame or profane duty, offed himself with the same blade. Case closed, Sister Yanis.
Shitey little elephant. Oh, I apologize, stranger. Language like that hardly befits a rector of Ilmater. You could certainly say that. 2 people just died on temple grounds. Our High Priest, Father Lorgan, and one of the new refugees, Brilgor. Investigator Valeria thinks it's a murder, and is content to blame Brilgor, the politically convenient target. Feel free to look around the temple, but fair warning. The investigator won't change her mind without significant new evidence. I can tell you where to find her, but she won't be very chatty, I'm afraid. Shira passed away last year. Peacefully, mind. We buried her in the crypt under the temple, if you wish to visit. Sharetta's caress would be my best bet. That's her usual haunt after closing a case. Valeria never found the murder weapon, so that could be a start. Anything disproving the refugee murder-suicide angle, really. I really hope you find something. For all our sakes.
You've been caught mid-robbery. Your next move had best be a careful one. You're off the hook. At the cost.
If you're looking for Ilmater's charity, you're out of luck. They've turned their backs on us, like everyone else.
The priests will open the temple up again. You'll see. They're good people. Holy people. We loved Father Logan as you did. We would never hurt him. We had nothing to do with his death. We swear it.
bags for myself and the kids. Ready by the door. You should do the same.
But, Mummy, I don't want to leave.
I know.
At least let the children in. They've had nothing but scraps for days.
Bet you want to know all about Stelmane's murder? Hottest topic in Rivington. Apart from the March of the Absolute's army, I suppose. Got today's edition of the Baldur's Mouth Gazette right here. You want one? Excellent. You want another one? You know news takes... Oh, go on then. You've twisted my arm. By the time you've read that...
Watching gods. The Harper safe house I spoke of is on the bridge at Worm's Crossing. Danthelon's dancing axe. Information. The Chosen have a head start on us. We'd like to know what they've done with it. Ask it.
Don't suppose you've, stumbled across those much appreciated.
You throw a fit when there's no... You know...
I'm not scared of the authorities.
Sorry for a flock of pigeons. Working in your circus?
What do you get out of this?
The place was empty. Keep those thugs away from my family.
Danuvia! Get these squatters out of my house now!
Arthur, sweetheart, you paid me and my boys to be caravan guards, not cattle wranglers. If you want us to get our hands dirty, it'd be our pleasure. But that'll be extra.
This is my home. I may pride myself on my philanthropy, but I draw the line at being a halfway house.
This man's indignant demeanor barely masks a seething anxiety. There's more to this situation than he's letting on.
Zenobia and I are just navigating a slight contractual disagreement. Not that it's any of your concern. But wouldn't you be on edge if your beautiful home had been defiled by such brazen interlopers? threatening me? Zenobia, why are you just standing there? Do what I'm paying you for!
You paid us to protect you and your high-quality merchandise on the road. And we've since arrived at our destination. As I said, anything else is extra.
Ugh. This is the last time I hire someone from the guild. Fine. Here's the extra. Finish the job. Now, please show this meddler some of that famous Rivington hospitality.
Straight path.
Speak.
Just like that. Possibilities are endless. What do you get out of this?
All right. You won. You won. What more do you want from me? Duh. But if that's what it takes to... You again. Do you need something? But you said you'd get rid of them, and I believed you. More fool me. Well, with Zenobia and the others gone, I don't suppose you'll take no for an answer. All right, they can stay. Are you happy now? Now I have to figure out what I'm going to do. A room can wait. After what you've put me through, I need a drink.
She's just learned to stay. Heartless scum. I'm a reasonable woman. We could easily work something out in a house this big.
Not quite sure why you stood up for us like that, but I won't say I'm not grateful. Thanks. And may Torm keep you. You're the first person in this city to... At least we'll have some peace now.
That might be worth a look.
Better to be within its walls than without Martha. At least here we stand a chance.
Step carefully. There's a trap. Trap. Be cautious.
Best avoid that trap.
Trap. Be cautious. Watch how you go. There's a trap. Trap. Be
cautious. Watch how you go. There's a trap. Be wary. This place is trapped. There's a trap. Watch how you go. There's a trap. You picked the wrong fight, friend. What's hiding here?
Better to be within its walls than without, Martha. At least here we stand a chance.
Let me guess, you need something.
Do try the grass, should it take.
You'll be in a big, cozy bed soon.
Everything you want for supper. All the treats.
Not for communal use, it seems. Best show some respect. Or some more cunning.
We told our son that this is a holiday to spare him the truth. We don't have homes to go back to.
Turn back, citizen. No passage in this direction. It's bloodier than a butcher's backyard out there. Piles of dead absolutists, and a few of our own as well. The cultists assaulted the gate, armed to the teeth trying to break in. They nearly had it too, before the Steel Watch intervened. A little more than that. You'll see for yourself soon enough if you head to the city.
Tempers are rising. It's clear not everything you find is at your disposal.
Wish I had a bag of holding. That's curious.
Halt, citizen! This is a restricted area. Explain yourself. funny enough for me to take you to Manip Nest.
The hell's you doing in here? A pig? You're looking for a pig? I'm not one for animal husbandry, but I know Rivington certainly has its enthusiasts. You can have a look. Just don't touch anything.
Wonder what's past this.
This guard caught you picking a lock. Perhaps you'd like to try the lock of your very own cell.
We've got to get Grunch into the city, but he's in no shape to travel. I wonder, what if we hid him in a big barrel and nailed it shut? Nah.
Whatever you need, I can't help you. Even talking is painful right now.
After a quick examination, you conclude that your patient is pretending to be wounded. You wonder why.
Really? This isn't necessary. I'm sure there are other people that need your help more urgently. Shh! Not so loud. If those lads find out I don't really have any other friends...
So, you survived. That's more than many of my kin can say. It's mainly anger that keeps me going. Zevlor was supposed to lead us, but he froze when we needed him most. I haven't seen him since the massacre on the road, which is lucky for him.
Bex died. Bex is dead. I'm alive, but for what? I'm no one without Bex.
What a sad situation. The once proud tieflings of Elturel, reduced to beggars.
My son Garen is pleased we got this far together. But his wife's bitching is making me old before my time. Why can't he tell her to put a sock in it?
Clean the cookware, Mother Mona.
Again. Garen, you know the rules.
Can't stand her, can't stand her, can't stand her! My sister-in-law. All law and no sister. Grr.
Lunch isn't looking so good, Neil. I know. We need to get into the city. Can't leave lunch behind though. Just can't.
Christine is pretty fun. But can't she help out a bit more?
Or even at all?
Actually got here safely. Towing along my wife's sister and mother. Or maybe they towed me along, eh?
God, camping with the mother-in-law has been utter hell. Maybe I should just go on ahead into the city without her. Scouting, like.
Thoughts? I'll do it.
Heads will roll for this. This transgression. This injustice. I don't give a shit about all that. It's how I've been treated, which is the real travesty. A perfectly respectable businessman wants to bring his, well, business into this fine city. And what do? Well, I was gonna sell the finest alchemical tinkerings the Gate had ever seen, but the bureaucrats had other ideas. They talked some absolute horse bollocks about papers and correct filing procedures and threw me in this slum. I should be loins deep in Sharess's caress by now, not waddling about in filth.
The dog seems wary, sniffing you intently. The dog sniffs your hand and seems more at ease.
we are, Grizel. No, I'm afraid I must insist you do not pet the hound.
My love, you can't keep being so rude to strangers. It's just a dog.
All the grabbing and touching startles poor Biscotti. I will not apologise for caring about my boy.
Whatever the dog thinks, being here is much better than being out there. Right, my dear?
Well, the children can be a touch grabby, but... yes, you're quite right, my darling. War is no place for a precious little baby like Biscotti after all.
Glad to see you. Glad to see anybody, really. It was a lonely road getting here through those abandoned farmlands, and I'm a sociable sort.
Lord on the rack, give me patience. These protesters keep harassing the refugees. It's horrid. I just hope the Ilmater Temple opens up aid again soon. We need their help here.
I got you!
I'm paid to take down troublemakers, so don't make trouble.
Young lady.
Don't pay me any mind now. I'm just trying to make sure everyone gets fed.
I just lost a wager, thanks to you.
Who are you?
Someone who bet that you'd never be foolish enough to actually show your face in this city again. But here you are. And the gold in my purse is soon to take flight. There have been whispers about you, sister. About your faith, your loyalty, your company. I can't help but feel the strangest twinge of disgust as I look upon you. Is it true? Has Our Lady forsaken you?
I know the truth. I know my parents still live. Tell me where they are, and I have no quarrel with you.
I'm afraid the quarrel is unavoidable, thanks to you. Now I must report your reappearance. If you are intent on bringing matters to a head, then seek out the House of Grief in the lower city. Though, if I was you, I'd be very tempted to just forget it all and disappear. You have some form of doing so, after all.
We only got away with what we have on.
These clothes make me itch. That's a bigger issue than modesty, dear.
Coddling these vagabonds, and don't give a rat.
Oh, gods. Not another protester. Go talk to Nestor if you must. I've got plenty on my plate with these mewling geese.
Between you and me, I don't think there are enough flaming fists here for these refugees. Damn right.
Let's hope Archduke Gortash can make a difference.
Refugees can't stay here.
You see them over there? Refugees died in the wool agents of the Absolute. Mark my words. There's probably on... Or, you know what these...
Aldarians! Stand with me against this tide that threatens to overwhelm us.
Please just go home. You're ruining a perfectly uneventful posting with this nonsense.
The Flaming Fists are supposed to protect this good city, but they allow trash and vermin to take our homes and goods. Ah, another visitor, I see. Listen, we keep letting the likes of you in, soon there'll be no room left for any of us true Baldarians. Another bleeding heart. Piss off and take it elsewhere.
I'm not paid to debate with civilians.
No, we pay taxes for you to protect us, not these intruders.
What will we wear while we're washing them? We only got away with what we have on.
You remember that spiced apple loaf we had in Waterdeep? Oh, the big one.
We smell it. The innocent will suffer just the same.
The hunter has nothing to say to you. He seems to have other things on his mind.
Our dead fought well. They died well. I hope I can live up to their example.
Wait for the vampires to strike here.
And then to marshal all their strength against them.
I'll destroy every last blood. No screaming children. No laughter. No scolding words. There is only silence and pain. And if our children still live, what will happen to them if we attack?
I share your fear, but we cannot build plans on fear. We will have to act for all our sakes.
They need to be wiped out, exterminated. Nothing less will do.
Who will stand between them and the innocent?
You're talking to the wrong hunter. You need to see Ulma.
To lose our children is a tragedy. To fail so utterly in saving them is something else entirely. Ulmer insists the tribe is not cursed, but I have my doubts.
This is it for our people.
What if this is the end?
As long as we stand together, we can never.
Tempers are rising.
Rechtei Hathran Rust. Frey Valdisk Durovna. Frey Vald Iskablast.
He clearly walked into some kind of ceremony, but it's nothing that you recognize.
Im Orak. Nete. Krasin. Netra. We would not normally tolerate outsiders at a time like this. The Slayer of Ketheric Thorm. Well, these are strange times indeed. The head of the shadow-cursed warlord is an impressive trophy. I am wondering if I could tempt you with another. It is a solemn task, one this city forces us to undertake time and again. Baldur's Gate is haunted by many things, but one of its most insidious is the vampire Cazador. For years, his foul spawn have stolen away innocents at night, whisking them back to his palace. Recently, they struck our camp. They took our children, every last one, our whole future. They tore us to pieces. Vampire spawn and werewolves. I have never seen a vampire's lair so heavily guarded. What's left of my tribe is wounded and broken. We cannot stand against him to save our children. But perhaps the Slayer of Ketheric could. The main entrance is blockaded, but there is another way. Near the park, you will find a broken tower, mid-repair. Climb the scaffolding, and you can enter his palace. It may be watched, but you will not walk into the slaughter that we did. Then we will settle for blood. Cazador must be destroyed. For the safety of the city, and to make sure no one else must feel our pain. If you do this, our entire tribe will be in your debt. On our honor, it will be repaid. May the gods keep you, and damn your enemies.
Must be exterminated. Nothing less will do.
And if our children still live, what will happen to them if we attack?
I share your fear, but we cannot build plans on fear. We will have to act for all our sakes.
Let us show them how it's done.
I'll destroy every last bloodsucker. I swear it.
There'll always be more. They spread like locusts.
So we should do nothing. Just wait for the next wave.
Taking a look.
And let them marshal all their strength against us. I do not like our chances.
Quite a spot, eh?
The guard is busy with...
Get us inside the city. Said you'd do whatever it takes.
That was before I saw the giant metal monsters guarding the checkpoint.
What's the worst that can happen if we get caught sneaking in?
Nothing to do with this.
There's no chance to get away with it.
Halt! By orders of Lord Gortash, refugees are no longer allowed in the city. Turn around. Or do you have the means to support yourself? Right. Article 30.1. Your name?
Well met, citizen.
Your parasite stirs. From the construct, you feel connection, resonance.
Not just yet. State your business. Eyes open, body still.
Behind the Watcher's gaze, a presence awakens. You may not carry a Mind Flayer parasite, but it sees you, knows you.
Whoa. My engine, it's almost, I don't know, buzzing. Like it's paying attention.
Your party's prior transgressions are reflected in its stare. It has heard the howls. It has seen the deep shadows. It knows the cold walls of the Watcher speaks directly.
You are marked for special treatment. Not simply an enemy of the people, but an enemy of the Absolute. Come quietly, or die.
Pigeons are very sensitive. They can't fly straight if they're disturbed. No talking. You'll frighten the birds.
I've got my eye on you. And them over there too. I don't miss a thing.
Another quake. What's going on?
It's the Elder Brain. There's something happening to it.
Just like when I was a child.
Let's get going.
Come, laggards. There is still enough to be done this day.
Orin toys with us where she could destroy us. Whatever her motivations, I hope she reveals them quickly. Worry not.
When I first met you, saving yourself from Ceramorphosis was your greatest wish. And yet now, you've stepped closer to embracing it. I trust your leadership and respect your decisions, but I truly hope this is not something we come to regret. I have. He speaks to me during my nightly meditations. He is well, and Oliver also. At times they are one, and at others they divide. Easier for playing, perhaps. And the land thrives also. I doubt you would recognize it. Perhaps one day, you and I can both return and see it for ourselves. What would you like to know? Anytime. I've been... But honestly, you...
Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maidens? I am free. You must face them.
Keeping very well, I hope? Look after my angel, of course. 100 years. She's a formidable woman. My ape. We'll both of us stand by you when He raised me to serve Selûne as my mother. When an emissary of Selûne, this was lucky. And then, next time, I found Locke. By the time Jahirik, he's gone now. But I suppose the man I knew died when I died.
Orin's little display was just intended to rattle us. We mustn't let her succeed. We need to stay alert, or then that's where we need to go. I wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad to have some company on this journey. Fine. What's on your mind? How are you holding up? Don't be so modest.
It's not enough. We have a gallery of villains to look out for, but now we could be infiltrated by a shape changer? I can't even tell if any of you are acting strange because you've been replaced, or because this group is full of weirdos.
Hello, my dear.
Yeah?
Well, are we ready for the road once more?
But look, we've just about made it to the city. That'll do me. Let's go. Bit sweaty, but can't wait to be home.
Well, are we ready for the road once more?
I hope you're here to discuss that contract you just signed. Agreeing to give away our greatest hope of salvation wasn't the wisest of moves. I'm glad to hear it. But you realize we can't... I promise you, whatever outcomes we're hoping for... No. We should pay a visit to Sorcerer's Sundries. Their book collection is the envy of the Sword Coast. I'm certain the truth lurks somewhere on their shelf. The only kind... Their collection of... You'll have to forgive my...
Hi. It's me, Yenna. You remember me, right? You were really nice to me before, and, could we maybe stay here?
Of course, girl. You can help me determine who it is doing all this snoring.
Yes! You've got a fire and...
How did you? Oh, it's you. I must have let my mind wander. Enough for you to wander in. Forgive me. I am drained. Ever since you killed Ketheric and took his netherstone, the Chosen's control of the brain has been brittle. It's rebelling against Orin and Gortash, fiercely. I suspected that when we took Ketheric's stone, the brain would begin to break free. Those brain quakes confirm that my suspicion was correct. I do not know what happens now when it receives their orders, and I do not dare guess.
You feel the Emperor's fear as if it were your own. An Elder Brain enslaved is one thing. An Elder Brain unleashed will be the end of everything.
Beautiful, isn't it? The mighty Prince Orpheus, contained in submissive slumber. Come. You may as well sit a while, now that you are here. Your company isn't unwelcome. You are correct. I should be. I'm haunted by memories. They are relentless. I can think of nothing. No one else. Not love, no. What I had with Belen Stelmane was much more than that. It was unique, at least when she was alive. You thought you were my first ally. Far from it. I have long sought the allyship of others. It is the only way to succeed. Though my relationship with Berlin was different from my relationship with you. In a way, but not the way you're thinking of. In life, she was my business partner. Back when we ran the Knights of the Shield. A difficult task for a mind flayer. Duke Stelmane trusted me, and the city trusted her. I conceived the plot, but Berlin took center stage. It was she who met with the merchants, politicians, and patriarchs. It was she who negotiated deals and signed off on agreements. Her rooms played host to the most important conversations in the city. Together, we brought order to chaos. At its height, everything that happened in that city went through the shield. Through us. I could not have done any of it without her. Just as I cannot do any of this without you. But now, she is gone. I appreciate the offer, but I don't think it will help. What I feel is deeper than superficial cures can reach, and not entirely unwelcome. Most people think that mind flayers are soulless husks who feel nothing. I am glad you are not most people. Another quake. The brain is rebelling again. I need to focus. And so do you.
Watch how you go. There's a trap. Step carefully. There's a trap.
Forward.
Can't afford to let up.
I'm heating up.
What must be done?
Another fight. Let's go. Very well.
Someone was arranging these corpses. What for?
What's that?
No one back home will ever believe this. have a look. Crypt. This must be where Shira Clawin is buried.
Here lies Sister Shira Clawin, date of birth unknown. Died. Here lies Sister Shira Clawin, date of birth unknown. Died 1491 DR.
I should retrieve the amulet. The monk's spirit should be here when I open Shira's tomb.
dog wags his tail, He gives in and surrenders his find, scratches tongue.
I should retrieve the amulet. The monk's spirit should be here when I open Shira's tomb.
No time to dally. I need that amulet. The mad monk will want to see this.
Don't be shy. Our friend will want to see this. Where's that amulet?
This ought to be good. I should return with the amulet. The Mad Monk will wish to see this.
Looking ahead.
Well, are we... You're sure?
Oh, back and forth.
Speak. You're sure?
What's on your mind?
Really?
Ah.
What can I do for you, my friend? Lead on.
What is she capable of? And where will she strike next?
Mind flayers are like devils. Clever. Maybe it's true. Or maybe he made an offer she couldn't refuse. That's the
Almost pleasant traveling with company. If you ignore all the...
If you're sure.
Fine.
That foul shapeshifter Orin is like a scavenger. Then you'll have...
Someone there?
For a while, after the Shadow Curse was lifted, I felt hope in a way that I hadn't felt in years. I thought that nature would heal and balance between it and civilization could be restored once and for all. Yet since we neared the city, I have seen more and more signs that I was being naive. Refugees, orphans, the downtrodden, all being left behind. If such sorrows are the fruits of civilization, perhaps there can be no true balance between it and nature. Temporary crime. That poor girl, Yen. Society should be judged based on how they treat their most vulnerable. Baldur's Gate may deserve harsh... perhaps. At least we took Yenna in off the streets. But...
Baldur's Gate is right over the hills. And so is Cazador. And we are no closer to knowing why that bastard is so obsessed with getting me back. I think we should track down my fellow Spawn, if we can find them. And honestly, I imagine they'll be coming for me in the night if I don't. Unless Cazador has changed their orders, we should get to them first.
I should retrieve the amulet. The monk's spirit should be here when I open Shira's tomb.
Sharp as ever.
I should retrieve the amulet. The spirit monk will want to pay his respects to Shira.
I should bring that amulet. The Mad Monk will not want to miss this.
I've got a long road ahead.
Oakfather preserve you. Wherever you need me, I'll be right here.
Go ahead. I'm listening. With...
Seek and you shall find me.
didst I wait, only to find thine empty flesh? Gone thou might be, alas.
Still alive, so that's progress.
Oh, honored Shira, her spirit hath fled, and her body but merely a husk. Swear I did to shed this foul mania and bestow it upon Shira. She was to endure, to suffer, as was her god Ilmata's wont. Who now shall bear the madness Shah has wrought on me, so I might no longer suffer? Oh, shall it be thou?
The monk himself holds your answer. Tasha's hideous laughter is a powerful skill, but earning it may come at the cost of wisdom.
Thou shalt know the extent of Shah's mania, Tasha's hideous laughter at thine beck and call. But at what cost? Who might say?
Your muscles tingle, and your mouth madness tugs at your mind, prods in places best left untouched. You feel your wisdom begin to drain. Lopsided, you giggle, struck by the absurdity of the moment. Spirit hiding inside, and once again you feel your wisdom draining away. Hilarious. What is it? The urge to laugh dwindles. You can't help but chuckle. You with...
My friend, forgive me, for this mind was not mine own. May laughter be thy gift, never thy curse. The morning Lord calls. Canst thou feel the warmth of his blessing? This is not my final twilight, but a new dawn. Farewell.
The corpse is an empty husk once more. The monk, liberated from madness, is finally at peace.
He's finally at peace. Doubtful the same can be said for whoever's waiting on the other side.
Here lies Satida Atana, born 1411 DR, died 1485 DR.
Trap. This place is more dangerous than I thought.
With a flick of the wrist. Looks like these people were trying to hide in the tunnels here.
Not to criticize, but maybe they should have...
Quite ready for you. Eat this!
Trust no one. This should work. Traps. How considerate.
What ails you? Marsh fever? Feather lung? Be quick, I've not got all day. What do you want to know? I'm not sad. I'm angry. He dedicated his life to the needy. It shouldn't have ended like this. One of the refugees killed him. Cruelly, too. They cut off his hand, sawed right through the bone. I found a paralytic poison on one of his wounds. Logan was alive while they took the hand. He just couldn't scream. It's sick. We give them everything, and all we get is nothing but a good man to bury.
Lost in thought.
Played at the ready.
Let's move.
Where am I needed?
Lovely day, this. For now.
more outsiders in, and more Baldurians die. Duke Stelmane, Father Lorcan, it's no coincidence.
We have faith here, Bill. Faith in people, no matter where they're from.
Who had more faith than Father Lorcan? How did that work out? Exactly. Lorgan let a killer into our temple due to his misguided compassion. His faith got him murdered.
Bill, I beg you, be quiet. Even sinners receive Ilmater's grace, and Father Lorgan knew that. We don't pick and choose who we aid. Thank you, stranger. I take some solace knowing that he died in Ilmater's service.
Does Ilmater's service involve protecting heretic absolutists? Or perhaps I missed that sermon.
Enough, Bill. You seem a kind soul. Our temple is open to you. Walk well.
Father Lorgan. I've nothing against Father Lorgan.
That took the edge off.
What's that?
Watch your back.
Halt! By orders of Lord Gortash,
Refugees are no longer allowed in the city. Or do you have the means to...
My good lady, I am Will Ravengard. I will not pay to enter my own city.
Ravengard? Ugh, more like the ghastliest tiefling south of Neverwinter. No refugees. It is decreed. Right. Your name? I'm doing the last time. Name?
Well met, citizen Fluffington.
Your parasite stirs. From the construct, you feel connection.
I am a steel...
State your business. Eyes open, body still. The Watcher will communicate with our upstanding citizens. Have no reason to fear.
Behind the Watcher's gaze, your party's pride. It has heard that. It has seen it. The Watcher.
You are your... Villains, take heed.
God damn it all!
Recovery is imminent.
Bastards, or I'll have your head!
Ever heard of a vampire called Casimir?
I don't think so.
Like what?
Well, friend of yours?
Patriarch of the Tsar family.
Every
Nasty
substance has
fellow.
been tried and
History's
tested
accurate.
by yours.
I imagine they are.
What does it feel like?
Men, women, children, all barred from entry. A damn travesty. A decade ago, Baldur's Gate would have welcomed any and everyone seeking refuge. Who would take in these souls, if not the Jewel of Balduran? As long as Gortash is in charge, they'll be left shivering at the gates. All part of the plan, of course. Step 1. Create an army and order it to march on the city. Step 2. Shut the gates in the name of security. Step 3. Bask in the applause. Gortash hasn't made Baldur's Gate safe. He's made it a prison. And when his army breaks through, the people will have nowhere to run. To make this city a safe haven, we'll need to bathe Gortash and his allies in their own blood. I met her twice. The first time, I was a boy of 7 or 8, at a banquet in the Flaming Fist's honor. One look and I was smitten. Chestnut hair that flowed behind her like willow fronds, as she floated from one room to the next as if carried by clouds. The second time, Stelmane was different. Even with the aid of a cane, each step she took was a struggle. Every word she spoke took great physical effort. A stroke victim? I asked Father later. No, he said. A stroke survivor.
You sense uncertainty in Will's voice. He questions his father's explanation.
Something's always gnawed at me. At the banquet, Stelmane didn't seem to look at us, but through us. But that second time, her gaze never left me. It was steel, sharp and unyielding. It could just be my imagination, but I always felt that it was more than a stroke that had changed her. What, though? I couldn't say. Nonsense. Stelmane was no less worthy of life or success because she was disabled. Her death is no blessing. It is a calculated cruelty. Think about it. My father was tadpoled. Stelmane is dead. The people are frightened and the council's in disarray. To exert control, he must first sow chaos. A tyrant's strategy, as father would say. These murders aren't random acts. Someone powerful is guiding the killer's hand, and the city is made weaker for it. My favorite subject. Ah, you are the You make a damn fun dance partner, too. Surely. Are you sure? The blade and just when things...
Well, are we ready for the road once?
As you wish.
What can I do for you, my friend? I won't lie, but he's arrogant too. If he does hear I'm back... But regardless, the plan is simple. Find him, stop him from gaining almighty power, and then really enjoy killing him. Oh, darling, it sounds awful.
Well met. That's the...
Watch your elders and learn.
way from Waterdeep.
Should have wished to live in more interesting times.
Good. Let them see.
At your command. Time has not hardened my hands just yet.
Look at me.
Another case closed, another bottle open! Huzzah to Valeria! Hang on a tick. I recognize that face. You were talking to Yanis after I left the temple. I'll bet she's put you up to something. Why must you busybodies insist on interrupting a perfectly good night? Ugh, I know that look. You remind me of Devella. Fine. If you doubt my conclusions, out with it. What have you found? My assistant. She's posted in the lower city investigating Duke Stelmane's murder. Now, back to it. What have you found?
Gods. Stelmane is dead.
While that is startling, it still doesn't disprove my theory that Brilgor killed Father Lorgan, does it? I need proof. Hard proof. A motive, too. Otherwise, I'm afraid the case remains closed.
One she can win.
Do not want to know.
You're looking parched, sweetheart. Another tankard?
Oh, darling.
Another sip and I'm like to spill over. But other hankering for spicier flavours. How about you give me a taste? What'd you say, doll? Have a sit on my lap. Let's see what pops up.
Darling, how you set me a quiver. You are a beast among men. No, a dragon, setting my phoenix nest aflame. I shall slake your thirst, dragon. You will part your lips and drink of my essence.
Oh, I will drink your essence.
Hoots, order up! Another tankard for the fist.
Damn, Hoots! That new batch burns stronger than a pit fiend's fist.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Take it however you want. But I'll be having my usual from now on. Oh. It's Raphael's favorite misadventurer. You've put me out of pocket, you know. Raphael bet me 5 soul coins you'd reach the city in one piece. He rented a room upstairs in the hope that you'd drop by. Ah, I forget we've never met. I've had my eyes and ears on you so long we feel like old friends. Carilla is my name. I'm Raphael's assistant, shall we say. Take your time. Have a drink. Sample the goods. Go see him when you're feeling refreshed.
A weary traveller, battered and bruised, you come for sustenance, no, decadence. A mien cool as ice, yet eyes burning hot. Oh yes, I know your bliss. A sturdy dwarf, a leather whip, she gives, you receive. Or have I misjudged you? Of course you wouldn't. Who can It's Fion you seek, our stern... Well, we've other ways to fill your void. A drink swishing. Truth is, Fion's gone well missing. And my hands made... To service is my calling, not to be so... but I'd be a fool to say no. The girl kept my coffers near overflowing. 2 flights up, then turn right, and right again. That's Fion's pleasure room, Elminster's library. Here, take the key.
Elminster's library? People will get their thrills in the strangest of places.
I'm listening. Nisha, our lovely nymph. But she's engaged in the nymph's grotto on the top floor, sweeting. The client's a favourite of hers, too. I doubt you'll be able to tear her away. But we are blessed to have a devil in residence at the moment. Everyone who's paid a visit looks quite changed. Twins, yes. Hands of such skill they could turn stone to silk. Your body could suffer no knot they can't untangle. They're through the curtain to the right. You'll need coin and stamina in abundance to enjoy their services, but the gold will be as well spent as you are. Indeed he did. Raphael. Exceedingly handsome, and with a voice that could make the foulest blasphemy seem the sweetest hymn.
Rumple.
One chicken win.
Remember our vow to keep one another safe. When the music starts, you and I...
You can stare as much as you like.
Sorry, friend, but you look like you can't take what I mete out. Bring someone with a rear of cast iron.
Was that human boy insisting on playing his acoustic version of My Sorry, friend, but you look like...
At least things have stayed interesting.
My. I can tell you are a special one from a single glance. You have but to ask, and we can grant you a moment of pleasure. Don't be shy.
What do you think, silly? Love, of course. Hot and vulgar with me, or sweet and sincere with my sister. Trust me, you don't want to miss my signature Mesobaranzan love trick.
Menzoberranzan love magic. A formidable practice. Usually only reserved for pleasing the most insatiable matriarchs in the city of spiders.
And is that your partner with you? What a gorgeous couple. Perhaps we could come to an agreement. We want both of you, silly, at the same...
No. I want romance, not debauchery. I value affection over...
A scant few customers today.
Don't be shy.
What do you... Trust me.
Menzoberranzan.
And is that your partner with you? What a gorgeous couple. Perhaps we could...
Ah, you're lucky, sister.
I thought we were with...
If your beloved...
Two of us? Two of you?
No. I want
My. You have but... Don't be shy.
What do you... Trust me.
Menzoberranzan.
And is that your partner with you?
Darling, you'll just have to see what is in store.
I thought we were weaving up...
If your beloved one...
Two of us? Two of you?
Whatever you wish. Don't be shy.
custom. First day in years, I end with my hand alone for company.
You can stare as much as you like.
That blacksmith was paying me to use the clamping gun.
Come on, open up. How high?
Halt! Oppressor! I am reclaiming the victuals in this basement for the good of ratkind! Are you not? You lot hoard your delectable riches, but we will!
Not that type of service down here, love. I've got a husband. And you ain't my type. Yeah, I... Not that type of service down here, love. I've got a husband. And you ain't my type. I suppose, if you're willing to pay for it. Now get out from under my... And they just ate it off each other's asses! Oh, you'd better have a good reason. I suppose, if you're willing to... Now get out from under my feet, would you?
What to do?
Now, that there's a face I'd... What can Hoots do for you? Ah, forget it. My new brew. You got it. But the new hooch is off limits. Can't have the mams all leaping down my throat if I go burning yours. pleasure to serve. Don't could beef you up. Sharpen your tongue. Damn. First one's on the house. So, my business is slinging tankards, not caress. The mamsel's brain chop. Get the attention you want and avoid the attention.
You got that right.
The Absolute's army slays.
You look like someone whose soul needs feeding. Care to buy some art? Do come again.
In charge of your pleasurable destiny. If you are in need of some...
Dantelons is up those stairs, and he's hung blooms beside the door.
Gams.
So the Harpers are waiting too.
Over here! Me!
Ahoy, stranger. Thanks for stopping by Calms Gams. Sounds good. Get you something a bit fresher than your current outfit. Remember. Well, sounds good. Get you something a bit fresher than your current outfit. Remember. Well, sounds good. Get you something a bit fresher than your current outfit. Remember, calms Garms, here for all your fashion.
You're making me feel really needy. How about now? Want to talk now? Put him up. Put him up. Yay! You spoke to me! Nobody ever talks to me! Your fist, silly. My name's Narber. As soon as I figure out what kind of adventure I want to be. What do you think? Can I be a fighter? Whew! It's a good job I ran.
Need something? I've got the tools for any job. Any job. Whatever you're working on, hope that fixes it for you.
Want to talk? I love to talk!
Fruit? Vegetables? What can I do you for? If you're hungry, you know.
If it'll make you feel better, then fine. 15 loaves it is.
Such a prude.
Birthday boy's just nervous, but don't worry. Everyone is correct.
Can't keep me out.
Now, what do you reckon, lass? You trust these steel watcher thingamajigs? You banged your head recently. It's all right, well, we can get work repairing them, but what happened?
We should return for the ceremony.
Tempers are rising. It's clear not everything you find.
A vampire spawn turned into mist. Didn't know they could do that.
Circus would be more open to traders?
Come to Baldur's Gate, he said. Oh, I can't sit here until the end of bloody time.
I'm sure.
No honor among snakes. Wealth is to be shared, I suppose.
It's key. A dead shapeshifter back in the tunnels bore one just like it.
That might be worth a look.
I I don't mind
Still breathing,
it.
despite everything.
Honestly.
Well, I do. Which means we're getting a real room.
There's a house. Den of decadent delights.
Someone's been rifling through the wrong pockets. You sense now would be a good time to clarify if that someone is you. You've been given the benefit of the doubt this time.
Who wants the bounty? Bloody gnomes. We need to find where they burrowed themselves up. You! You an adventurer? Looking to pad your purse? Find their foxhole. Bring me their chief's head. The fist will reward you well. You'll change your mind once they kill innocent citizens. The only language... I agree. But we can't leave our... You've the right look. Solid bones. Steady face. The kind that cleans up vermin for pay. Good. Sniff 'em out. Gut 'em clean. Keep Baldur's Gate safe. Bring the head back here when it's done. I'll be around. You've the right look. Shifty eyes, a bit pale. The kind that cleans up... Then you... No matter. I'll find someone else.
That's curious. That's curious.
Here I go. It has plenty of spare beds.
Great! We can bond with 10 other people.
The missus and I have been dreaming about the city. No more sleeping rough. Didn't expect to find it locked down tighter than a watcher's fist.